So today I will be talking about K-pop red flags as said in the title. These aren't my red flags like as in things I've done before but just things that are weird and unsettling. My first red flag is people who broke the first or the however many th rule of K-pop. I think that means falling in love with an idol. You can like an idol, you can love an idol, but it's weird when you fall in love with an idol. You don't even know them, they could be the most stuck up annoying brat that was pushed out someone's vagina. You just trust these people a bit too much. I'm sorry, but why do some of you all post it on the internet anyway, like are you proud of it or something? This is just the weirdest thing ever and I'll never understand it. I don't even have an emotional connection to these idols. I'm not crying after remembering an emotional quote from them or because how cute someone that is like 15 years older than me is. There's nothing wrong with these things, but some of you all are way too attached to these random people that don't know you personally. Another red flag are people that only listen to title tracks or only listen to Kpop. This is probably based off my personal experience, but you're probably annoying. So I'm going to rant, but there's this one person who I pretend to be friends with. I was originally only quote friends with her because she followed me because there was this one group project and she was put in the same group as me and she thought I was funny, which is true, so she just followed me because of that I guess, and then I found out she liked K-pop and I got excited because I'd never met another K-pop stan, so I befriended her and I don't really want to ditch her or anything because one of my other friends completely ghosted me and luckily already had friends, but I was really sad because she ghosted me instead of at least saying something. She was a pick-me and clingy anyway, but like I'm kind of ghosting her myself. But in a less rude way if that's even possible. So we moved schools and I kept her number because the chances of finding another K-pop stan other than her and someone who I was getting into K-pop was very low, so for now she was all I had. As soon as I left that school I ghosted her. I mean, not completely, like I still occasionally replied with lol or haha, but I barely speak to her. When I was in the other school I really didn't have a choice because the next day she was able to talk to me, whereas now we're in different schools she can't do that. Anyway, the point of this rant is that my friend is annoying and super and unfunny, and this video is going to be stretched out further. I do not trust motherfuckers with plain wallpapers, especially if it's purple. It's because of that TikTok trend at either Sumi owns butt cheek or nipple. Very weird trend. Now I have a plain wallpaper myself, but that's because I don't want to go around spreading lies about Bungie being my boyfriend. I chose it because it's my favorite color, not because it's the P color of my bias in Etsy. It's time for the sponsor part of the video. I'd like to thank your mom for being my first ever sponsor. I'm so honored. So use code YOURMOM when shopping. I repeat, YOURMOM when shopping. Now back to regular programming. Bangchan stans. The weirdest people to exist. When I was a Bangchan anti, so I never really saw that many Bangchan stans, but from the ones I saw a lot of, yeah, all are weird. Some of the edits give baby army. Not like that, but like that. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say, but y'all make me sick. Stans either baby him, or sexualize him. There's never a balance where they treat him like a normal 24-year-old. Stays are in general unfunny, but y'all are super unfunny. A lot of y'all are trying to defend his actions and say that his scandals are fake when they're not. Just a lot is wrong with Bangchan stans. Luna stans, do I really need to explain? People that say they stan every group. It's not that big of a deal, but I still want to speak of it. It is physically impossible to stan every group. There are over 400 groups, and people who say this probably only the big three. It's possible to stan 50 groups, but not every group. Listening to a group and stanning a group are two insanely different things. Still, it's impossible to listen to every group. It's so obvious people who say this are lying. I listen to a lot of groups, but I never say I stan/listen to every single K-pop group in existence. YouTube stans, we all hate YouTube stans, I think. YouTube stans are either toxic or cringy. I don't need to explain really, we all know about them. Treasure stans, you can probably tell I don't like Treasure if you've watched a fair share of my videos, but do you know who I hate more than Treasure? It's Treasure stans. The most annoying, most sensitive fandom, and one of them was trying to defend Super Junior's actions and was calling them more popular than BTS. A lot of Treasure stans are racist as well. I'm not sure if I hate them, More than blinks, but they really are up there with the most annoying fandoms. People that use Korean honorifics. In all honesty, I forgot what honorifics are, but you get what I mean. This is obviously talking about people who aren't Korean. Especially using in front of people that don't understand Korean or people who aren't interested in the language. I have no idea why people do this, but sure, whatever. Now on to my last red flag, people who still argue about who paved the way. People who argue about this always end up embarrassing themselves. I no joke, saw someone say Stray Kids paved the way. Not a chance in hell. I have an opinion on who paved the way, though I don't go around shoving it in people's face that I think X, Y and Z paved the way. People are taking this too far, and it just shows how toxic the internet is. It's a small discussion that escalated into this big thing when it's really not a big deal. No one cares who paved the way. I don't care if it was second gen, if it was BTS, if it was Mark Zuckerberg,